Ladies and gentlemen, we have a full house tonight, so make your presence felt as it's time for the big boys. This is 3 rounds of action in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, the young man fighting out of River State. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Richard the Shield Muzaan! And facing this gladiator, he is in his own right in the red corner. Welcome, Nicotine, Melvin! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise! Are you ready?
All right, here we go. The big man in the ring. It's supposed to be one of the biggest fights of the night, but then 2 fighters, they've never been up against each other, but they've watched each other from close quarters, train, and, showcase their skills in different ways. And it's exciting. We keep talking about Muzaan being one of the youngest talents around. It's time for him to show what he's got.
All right, and it's on. Don't miss a beat. This is going to be crazy. Heavyweights fights are usually super explosive and can finish in a heartbeat. So you definitely don't want to keep your eyes off the screen, off the ring, off the octagon, off the men. Just keep your eyes on this fight, guys.
So one of the things Nicotine did very well in his last fight, he knows how to use his right kick very well, and that's something that Muzaan has to be careful about. We saw Muzaan take a bit of a kicking from Onoja, and he stood his ground. He took it very well. Tonight, will he be able to do that against the Nicotine? We want to see some fights.
Ooh, ooh, beautiful return. That's a nice exchange by both men.
Even though no damage was done either way, but good exchange from both fighters.
Yeah, that was a threat by both guys. So no damage got done, but both guys are now saying, okay, hey, listen, watch out, I'm coming.
Muzaan has to make his reach count. He's got to make his long limbs count in every way possible, because if he gets into a striking battle with Nicotine, he's probably going to get hurt, and he's going to get hurt real bad.
Man, both guys have not thrown too many shots yet. We're just really witnessing some movement and some body placement. But you can feel the weight of these guys as they move around the octagon, right? Each step is heavy. Each step is massive. There's a lot of weight behind these gentlemen.
That's why they are heavyweights. That's why they're the biggest boys. That's why they're the ones that you want to pay good money to come and see fight.
And Nicotine going for that lead leg of Muzaan, right? He tried the inside leg kick. He missed by barely. He needs to be a little bit careful, because it's easier to counter the inside leg kick when you're a tall guy, right? That cross has money from there.
Muzaan.
Boom.
Good kick from Muzaan. That's where you've got to make it count. You've got to make your long limbs count. Every time Nicotine is focused on the hands, he's got to make his right leg count. That leading leg, he's got to weaken it.
Yeah, Muzaan is doing a great job of keeping that distance, but at the same time, I'd like to see more action from both guys, right? Nicotine has been the predator in this fight. He's been walking forward. Ooh, that's a stiff jab. Yeah. That was really, really stiff, man. You can see how his eyes just bulged out. He opened his eyes. He got serious for a second.
And it's understandable when how Nicotine is sizing his man up.
Oh my God, that was close, and both guys clinch up. Beautiful knee by Muzaan. He's strong. He's so strong. Oh, beautiful uppercut. What a vicious exchange.
Very great combination from Muzaan there. And he's quick. He's quick.
There's damage on Nicotine's right eye, right? You can see there's a little bit of swelling under Nicotine's right eye. I think the knee he ate kind of hurt, kind of bruised his face a little bit. He needs to be careful. Muzaan seems to be really nice in that clinch. Well, he's a taller guy, so the knees come up easy.
He got that cut from that combination from Muzaan, and that's where he needs to be. And that's why it's understandable that Nicotine, he's taking his time. He doesn't want to rush into any kind of attack on Muzaan, because Muzaan is got longer.
Oh my God! You heard
he's wobbled him.
All the way from the back of the arena.
He's wobbled him.
Oh my God! Impressive exchange. Oh, both guys made it out. My God, and both guys clinch up. Dude, Wow, wow. Both guys are clinched up, but Muzaan
That's
just
what you
woke up
expect
from
from
that
the
as
big
well.
boys.
Both guys just really hit each other with some bombarding shots.
You can see damage on both faces. There's swelling on Muzaan's face. There's a cut on Nicotine's face. And you know, in the heavyweight category, in all of the fights, by the way, but in the heavyweight category, the chances of seeing a knockout is more because of how powerful these guys are.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Listen, I would love to see Melvin's hands go a little bit higher just because of how much reach Muzaan has, you know. You can't really time those punches as much as you'd like because he just throws it and it gets to you before you can react. But you can see both guys are still being careful, right? And after that exchange,
both men will be careful.
Even more respect for the other guy.
Because both fighters did some sort of damage on each other, and so they will be more careful.
But guy, can you imagine being the ref and being in between these dudes, trying to stop these guys from getting at each other? Oh my God!
Oh, look at Muzaan's footwork there.
Man.
Ooh,
Melvin with the heavy
good kick to the thigh. Beautiful kick from Nicotine to Muzaan's thigh.
Ooh, man. Man, Nicotine is rough. Knee, beautiful. But see what he's doing there, the way Muzaan has that clinch, right? It's really easy for him to land the head knee. Nicotine needs to be careful to not allow that. He has to put an arm on Muzaan's hip to keep the knees from coming up, right? Just press it down into his stomach. And that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Beautiful right knee to the Nicotine's face.
Yo, listen, the thing is about Nicotine is that he's eating these knees, right? But you notice as soon as he gets kneed, he swarms him with like 5, 6, 7 punches right on the cage. And he does not give him a moment to breathe or to continue their combinations. And I love that about him.
The fighters lived up to this belief, and that's the end of the first fight already, first round of this fight. Good exchanges from both fighters. Heavy fighters in this one.
Where?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the first round in a very exciting fight. It's the heavy boys, it's the big boys coming into it. And both fighters have done good damage. Go.
Stand by blue, road blue. Yeah. Hey, but this is no highlight now.
All right, welcome back to the arena. We're ready for the second round of this very explosive fight. It's one of the biggest promises in Face Off Fight Night 2, and Muzaan is up against Nicotine, the man who likes to put his opponents to sleep. The first round of the fight was evenly balanced.
Yeah, I agree with you. The first round was a toss-up. Both guys put on a little bit of offense, but had a lot of respect for each other at the same time, right? And you can see that respect drag into the second round. Shield did a great job with the kicks and the knees, and Nicotine was doing an amazing job of swarming him with combinations of punches as soon as he got kneed or kicked at any moment.
So the Nicotine there, you know, trying to size his mind up. I'm very sure he's going to be weary of those kicks because he suffered a bit from the kicks, you know, from Muzaan in this fight.
No doubt. And you can feel the Muzaan leg kick every time it lands, man. You can feel it from all the way across here. Like, we sit in maybe 10 meters away from the action, and every time he lands, it's like bang, right in my ear.
The Shield there with his hands up. That's what you were asking. That's what you were asking the Nicotine to do a bit more. You know,
yes,
cover
sir.
yourself, protect yourself better, because you can't perfectly time those punches.
Exactly.
You can't time them.
You're fighting a longer guy. He has more room to make mistakes than you do because of his reach and because of the distance he has on you.
And
right?
he's gonna try at every point in time to make his reach count. He's gonna try at every point to make his reach count, and that's what he's done so far in this fight.
No doubt here. Now notice this round, Shield has been the one putting Nicotine on the back foot. Neither guy threw too much, but Nicotine has been. Whoa! He wobbled him, man. I don't think he liked that one. Nicotine!
Wild punches from the Nicotine there.
Yo, as
Very
we said,
wild punches.
as soon as he gets hit, he returns with numbers, with volume.
Because he needs to get as close as possible to the man. So every time he gets hit, he runs into him and just tries to finish it off. And he throws those wild combinations. Even though they're not doing a lot of damage, but every now and then you see the connections. You see the connections, and he has to keep doing that because at some point he's going to land a very good punch.
100%.
He can't keep waiting.
That knee, the way Muzaan is pulling Nicotine's head down, right, and keeping his arm behind Nicotine's head, right, is putting Nicotine in a bad position because Muzaan is a really long guy, and your hip is almost where, his hip is where your chest would be. and he gets your head low like that, the knees become too easy, way too easy. You can't allow him to get your front like that. Now he's trying to get his back.
Yeah, he's trying to get his
Nicotine is
back.
allowing him to work on that.
Ooh, and he did.
It's gonna be nasty. That's a standing choke.
No, but. Oh!
Nice
It's
turn.
a nice turn.
Nice turn.
Good
Nice
defense.
reversal. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
That's why you come to see the big boys.
Yeah,
That's why
right.
too much experience, too much intelligence in the way the fight. That was a brilliant, very brilliant from Nicotine. The way he swiveled is himself out of that choke. That could have been good night.
No, the action is really beautiful. Now, Muzaan had the one-handed choke. If he had managed to get his right arm around the left arm, that could have easily been good night. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Credit to Nicotine, he held that right arm in place. He didn't allow it to move.
Nicotine is extremely technical, man.
He is
Nicotine
very
is like a
technical.
chess master in there. Like you see him calm and collected, and then he explodes, right? And that's what the transition is about. He calm and collected. He's thinking. He explodes. The thought is ready. Now he delivers the thought. Beautiful guy to watch fight.
At this point, with the kind of damage to the face of the Nicotine, I'd expect Muzaan to start to try and work on it with his jabs. He's longer. Try the jabs every now and then. See if you can open the cut bigger. See if you can make him not see in one eye, and then you can do a bigger damage that way.
Yes, definitely. Definitely the jab is always your bread and butter when you're a tall guy. When you're longer and you have a reach advantage, the jab, the front kick, the leg kick, the knee, everything that you can use to keep your opponent at range, that's your best friend right there. Now, I would love to see Nicotine go for the body more. Right? He's been headhunting on Muzaan, and that's what's getting his chin up a little bit, getting Muzaan able to get a bit more shots on you. If you go for the body, it's right in front of you. That's your best target against a long guy.
Exactly, Steve. Well said, Steve. You know, when you're at that height, target what's right in front of you. Stop looking for what's higher than you, because at every point in time you lift your head up, you open yourself up to a kick, a very long head kick, or a punch to your face.
Now, Nicotine has been working on the inside leg kick, right? He's landing the inside leg kick as soon as he tries to get close to Muzaan before throwing these swarming combinations. And I would love to see him try to go for the other side. So instead of throwing it from the inside, where your shin usually contacts your opponent's knee and doesn't do really too much damage, I'd rather he go from the outside, damage that call, put some pressure on these thighs, try to impede Shield's movement a little bit, because the less he can move, the less he can run from you, man.
Yeah, the less he can run from you. And you can see blood coming out of Muzaan's nose and lips. You know, it tells you how much damage the Nicotine has been able to do, you know, to the man. So very beautiful second round. Very beautiful second round there. And I dare say Nicotine landed some very interesting punches in this one. And he put together some combinations that, you know, did a lot of damage. Look at the highlight there. Look at the knee to Nicotine's face, and then the uppercut.
I'm impressed with Muzaan's composure, right? Relative to the last fight, he's a lot calmer, a lot more precise, a lot more calculated. You can see the growth of this guy already. It's only been 2 months.
Look at the left from Nicotine.
Boom.
Look at the right. So at this point, you know, immediately starts his combination. He puts Muzaan on the back foot. Muzaan gets on the back foot, and then Nicotine, because of his intelligence, is able to, you know, chase him all the way across the octagon, get him to the ring.
Both of these guys are exchanging fire. They're exchanging fire. And you know what? Nicotine hits like a truck, man. These same punches, one of them was enough.
Ooh, look at, and this is where the bleeding in the nose started from. That wild left to Muzaan's nose definitely did some damage. It caught him, and that's why we see blood.
That was a choke attempt, and then he gets a turn on him.
Look at how he held the right hand. Look at the way he held it in place.
Beautiful defense by Nicotine.
Beautiful defense.
Reverses the position.
Round 3. Are we gonna see a knockout, Steve? We want to see a knockout. We want to see someone go to sleep.
Oh man, I mean, to be honest with you, right now nobody can complain. I don't think the crowd will be mad if it ends this way, because regardless, we've been getting fireworks. It's not been slow. And the crowd is cheering for Nicotine.
You can hear the crowd
Everybody
cheering for
wants to see my
Nicotine.
man at it. Let's go.
Can the Nicotine use that to his advantage, or will Muzaan shut the crowd up?
Listen, we are creatures of social interaction, and it adds a lot of energy to your fire when you know people are behind you like that, you know. That's why we call it home advantage in football and basketball, right? That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So here we go, both fighters sizing each other. Respect is there. You've got to respect the way they respect each other. But at some point, you've got to throw the respect out of the ring and go and do some damage. Go and attack your man. Nicotine has not used his kicks as much as I would have loved to see him, as much as we saw in his first fight. And maybe it's because he's weary of that long reach that the Muzaan has.
Exactly. You throw a low kick and you're open for that cross. And Muzaan has shown him really early that there's a lot of power behind him.
So
and
that's what he doesn't want to do.
Exactly.
He just missed now, and if the Nicotine was, if Muzaan was aware, was as aware as he should be, he could have countered him there.
Now both guys have exchanged a lot of damaging shots this fight, but Nicotine has more volume. He's thrown a lot more volume, right? And if this is going to go to the judges at this pace, Nicotine has more numbers under his name.
Definitely.
Ooh, beautiful front kick. Beautiful front kick.
Beautiful front kick.
He kind of landed weird on his leg.
He didn't see that coming. Muzaan didn't see that coming. Muzaan didn't see that coming.
I'd like to see Nicotine land that low kick and then continue punching after that. Don't just settle for just the low kick as a single strike. Muzaan is a big dude. Low kick, you distract and you swarm with your haymakers. These haymakers of his are dangerous, man. He needs to use those more.
He needs to use them more, but at the same time, be careful not to open yourself up for counter punch or counter kick. In this one, he's got to be very careful of that. Oh.
Now, Nicotine is doing a much better job this round of managing the distance with Muzaan, right? He's not allowed Muzaan to do much of anything this round, actually. As soon as he gets close for a punch or a kick, Nicotine is right out of range, comes right back in range.
That's where the experience is. That's where the intelligence in this fight is.
No doubt.
He's putting everything to absolute use.
Man, but you can hear, you see that? Every kick, boom, every kick, bang. Wow, heavy stuff. Shield is a big guy, man. Shield is such a big guy. These legs are like tree trunks.
Ooh, another kick to Nicotine's thigh.
That thigh is going to feel it after the fight, for sure.
He's going to feel it, definitely.
But Nicotine is still so mobile, right? You see him, he's still jumping around. He's bouncing around. It's like he feels nothing.
He is a strong lad. He's a strong fighter. You know, beyond all of his intelligence and his technique and the rest of that, he's a strong guy.
Unfazed by anything, calm, collected, still walking his opponent down. His cardio is through the roof for a guy this big, right?
Exactly.
He's had movement he's had head movement, body movement, he's shifting, his legs are shifting, he's switching stances all fight, and he's still fresh as the first round. It's beautiful. Now, Muzaan had a kick fake there, and Nicotine dropped his level. If Muzaan reads into that, the next time you fake, you go high kick. Nicotine is giving you the head.
Yep. And Nicotine's hands have dropped so much. Not because he's tired, but I think he's calculating. He wants to find a strike. He wants to look for a strike. You know, but he should be careful. His head is wide open.
Ooh, he felt that one. That one turned him around. He definitely felt that one. You see your opponent react like that to a strike, and you throw the same strike again, and then you throw it again, and then you throw it again until he starts defending it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Nicotine trying to kick up his own.
Both guys are wary from the next guy's power, right? Both guys are respecting the other guy a lot more this round than they were the previous rounds. You don't see too much of, careless punching or heavy haymaking, right? It's all been leg kicks, 1-2s,
very
jab.
calculated moves because and it comes with the experience. It comes with the experience. It comes with the terrain. It shows clearly Onoja has done a lot of work on Muzaan. He's a lot better than the last fight we saw him. Nicotine on his part as well. We've always known he's intelligent, but then to be able to look at a man who's got longer reach than him and calculate properly, and carry himself well in this fight, it tells you how much experience and how much intelligence the man has.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nicotine, like I said before, Nicotine is one of these guys who is beautiful to watch. The crowd loves the Nicotine. Everybody's behind the Nicotine, and right now, everybody's asking for more.
Nicotine has got 10 seconds to make his fans happy, right? He's apparently got big fans in the audience. Oh.
We've got a few seconds. This is the round. This is the fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at the respect.
Now, Joseph.
Look at the respect.
Before the fight, both of these guys told me.
Look
they
at
were
them.
like, we are best friends.
Look at them.
They told me we are best friends, right? I'm not sure I want to fight this guy, but they were like, listen, it's a business.
This is what you want to see.
We're here to make money together. We're going to work together. We're going to put on a show.
Okay, hold it there. Roll it quickly. Stand by.
KW, we've seen Fowls the Bad Guy, and we've seen a lot of these celebrities come in here and enjoy a beautiful evening of mixed martial arts.
Stop by one. Ladies and gentlemen. Nice one. This one was smoother. Thank you. 10,5.
After 3 rounds of action, we go to the official score.
2-3 of them. 2-3 of them.
Judge 1 scores it.
My one is blocking. Okay,
28-29.
So
Judge
what
2
happened
scores
to
it.
the ring announcer?
29 to 28.
The
Judge 3 scores it.
Sylvanus,
28
Syracuse.
to 29.
Sabaka 3.
And the winner
Okay, thank you.
by split decision. Ugo Chukwu Nicotine.
Yes. No doubt. No doubt, ladies and gentlemen. Nicotine was the more aggressive of the two tonight. Both guys put on a show. There was a lot of damage shared, a lot of emotion shared between both guys. But Nicotine is the guy that brought the fight. He was on the front foot the whole fight. He was walking forward. He was stalking Shield down. And yes, they shared damage, but volume, that was Nicotine.
Well-deserved victory for Nicotine here. And, you know, this man is talented. This man is absolutely talented. And he's one of those fighters you want to pay attention to.